Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare. Jaya Prabhupada, Jaya Prabhupada, Prabhupada, Jaya Prabhupada, Jaya Gurudeva, Jaya Gurudeva, Gurudeva, Jaya Gurudeva. श्री चैतन्य चरितामृत की जय। ओम अज्ञान तिमिरान्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मिलितं येन तस्मै श्री गुरुवे नमः। श्री चैतन्य मनोभीष्टं स्थापितं येन भूतले स्वयं रूपा कदा मह्यं ददान्ति स्वपदान्तिकं। वन्देऽहं श्री गुरु श्रीयुतः पदकमलं श्री गुरुर्वैष्णवांश्च श्रीरूपं साग्रजातं सहगण रघुनाथान्वितं तं सजीवं साद्वैतं सावधूतं परिजनसहितं कृष्ण चैतन्य देवं श्री राधा कृष्ण पादान् सहगण ललिता श्री विशाखान्वितांश्च। हे कृष्ण करुणा सिंधु दीनबंधु जगत्पते गोपेश गोपिका कांता राधा कांता नमोस्तुते। हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्णा हरे हरे, हरे राम राम हरे हरे। नमो विष्णुपादाय कृष्ण प्रेष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्ति वेदांत स्वामिन् इति नामिने। नमस्ते सरस्वती देवी गौरवाणी प्रचारिणी निर्विशेष शून्यवादी पाश्चात्य देशतारिणी। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्त वृंदा। हरि बोल dear devotees. Today we'll be continuing with the, I'll just share my screen.
Hey Krishna Mataji,
Dandavats. Share. What is going to share? Okay, like that. Today we are going to continue with the 16th chapter of the Madhya Lila from the 35th verse. 1 second, I will share my screen because I am on mobile. From mobile also we can share. 1 second. I'll just share quickly. Yes. 1 second. Share. You can see now.
Yes.
Able to see. What I cannot see is I cannot see the participants list actually. So that you will be able to.
Mataji, do you want me to share the screen? If you want, you can just stop. I will share.
No, you are able to see, na? Yeah, but I'm what suddenly. 1 second. I will share because it will be easy to refer like that. 1 second. Share. Web URL. Okay. Yes, we will share. Only participants next you should tell for me. Anybody, anyone.
Yes, Mataji.
Okay. We can start now. Hare Krishna.
Yes, Mataji, please start.
You can able to hear, na? Yes.
Yes.
So, yeah. So, we are in the 16th chapter. So, what we just means now, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he performed his earthly pastimes for 48 years, of which 24 years was pre-sannyas, and another 24 years was after sannyas. In after sannyas pastimes, last 18 years was intense pastimes at mostly means almost within Gambhira and inside Jagannath Puri. At least we can say 18 years, last 18 years, he was completely inside Jagannath Puri and performing his intense ecstatic leelas, which his close associates were able to see, and a portion of it we can experience while we are reading the Chaitanya Charitamrita of Krishnaraj Kaviraj Goswami. So then how many years are left? We have the initial 6 years, of which the first 2 years Chaitanya Mahaprabhu went to South India Yatra. So remaining are 4 years. So in these 4 years, now what has happened is the 2 years of Rath Yatra devotees have come. Actually, devotees have come every year, but what is mentioned in the Chaitanya Charitamrita is now for the second year also devotees had come to Jagannath Puri, and Jagannath Puri, and they stayed in Jagannath Puri, and we know all the detailed pastimes of the Gundicha Marjan, the Rath Yatra festival, and how Lord Chaitanya performed his how Lord Chaitanya took his devotees through the grand road, through the Rath, and then in the Gundicha temple also they performed the ecstatic leelas and pastimes and the dancing and the kirtan and all other things during the 10 days of Jagannath stay at the Gundicha temple. So 2 years are over. Now it is the third year. So if the moment Lord Chaitanya took sannyas, he wanted to go to Vrindavan. So we know the pastime that how initially he wanted to go to Vrindavan, and then how Nityananda Prabhu through his transcendental trick directed him towards the Shantipur. So that we know. So every year Chaitanya Mahaprabhu wants to go to Vrindavan, but he does not, he wants to take the permission. He is the, so he is Abhigya Swarat. He is the self-independent Lord, supremely independent Lord, but still he wants to take permission from his devotees, and whenever he takes permission from the devotees want always the constant association of the Lord. So they kind of postpone his travel because they don't want to get separated from the Supreme Lord even for a moment. So now now Prataprutra Maharaj, after that, during that Rath Yatra festival, he got the special mercy of Supreme Lord, of Lord Chaitanya. And now when he is mentioning about about going to Vrindavan, then again he requests Ramananda Rai and Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya, please stop him, don't allow him to go like that. So then the devotees push, they say it is winter, then they say it's Dola Yatra, and then they say it's again holy, and then finally again another Rath Yatra comes. So again Rath Yatra comes, and now Rath Yatra is going to happen, and again all the tayari happens, that all the devotees of Navadvip Dham get ready. And so the previous verses of the 16th chapter, beginning verses, it says that how the different devotees of Navadvip get ready for the coming for the Rath Yatra festival, and how Shivanand Sen is their leader who makes all the arrangements during their travel from Navadvip to Jagannath Puri, and they come to all the same places. They come to Kshira Chora Gopinath also, and now they have reached Sakshi Gopala. So here it is very interesting that in every place the same narration again takes place, and everybody enjoy as though it is told for the first time, and every time Nityananda Prabhu tells that narration. Actually, after the second year of the Rath Yatra, specifically Chaitanya Mahaprabhu told Nityananda Prabhu, next year for the Rath Yatra festival, don't come, you stay in Bengal. Now there is we cannot understand the deep understandings between the Supreme Lords. Nityananda Prabhu still comes during this time, during third time of the Rath Yatra also. He comes, and at Kshira Chora Gopilat also, he elaborately explains the pastimes of Kshira Chora Gopinath and Madhavendra Puri, and we had an entire chapter, fourth chapter of the Madhya Lila was completely dedicated to Kshira Chora Gopinath and Madhavendra Prabhu's pastime. So Madhavendra Puri's pastimes. And so now again they come through the same route, and now they have reached Sakshi Gopala. So we are there in the 35th verse where they are entering Sakshi Gopala temple. And now they are heading towards Jagannath Puri for the Rath Yatra festival. So this is the background. So devotees can, I can see Shobha Mataji. Yes, Shobha Mataji.
Hare Krishna, Dandavat Pranam Mataji, Hari Bol.
Hari
Devi
Bol.
Mata Chali Chali, Kataka Ahila, Sakshi Gopala Dekhi, Sabe Dhina Rahila. Translation by A.C. Bhaktivedanta Prabhupada, Srila Prabhupada ki Jai. Walking in this way, the devotees arrived at the city of Kataka, where they remained for a day and saw the temple of Sakshi Gopala. Hare Krishna, Dandavat Pranam Mataji,
Hari Bol. Next. I cannot see anybody.
Devotees, please raise the hands for reading.
Okay, I will read. Okay, Uma Mataji.
Hare Krishna Mataji.
Yes.
साची गोपालेरा कथा कहे नित्यानंदा सुनिया वैष्णव मने बादिला आनंदा. Translation by Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada ki Jai. When Nityananda Prabhu described all the activities of Sakshi Gopal, transcendental bliss increased in the minds of all the Vaishnavas.
Okay.
Hare
And so
Krishna.
here it is told that for these activities refer to Madhya Lila chapter 5. That is, we know chapter 4 was dedicated to Madhavendra Puri and Kshirachora Gopinath. And after that, we have the Sakshi Gopala pastimes. Point to be noted here is, when the devotees heard the Sakshi Gopala temple pastime, transcendental bliss increased in the minds of all the Vaishnavas. That is, the devotees always want to relish the Lord's pastimes again and again and again and again. And when the purity of the devotees is there, so when we are hearing the pastimes again from a pure devotee, it naturally evokes that kind of a transcendental ecstasy within the heart, and the soul experiences that bliss. So otherwise a mundane story, if it is there and for 2 times you have told and third year you come and tell the same story, nobody wants to hear it. And even if they hear it, it's like, I know it. But when it comes to the transcendental leelas of the Supreme Lord, there is always looking forward for it to hear, and heart is completely blissful by hearing. So again, the same Narakshi Gopala temple pastime was narrated by Nityananda. So next one, Krishnamurti Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna Mataji. Hare Krishna Mataji, am I audible?
Yes, you are audible. Hare Krishna Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna Mataji. Prabhu ke milite sabara utkanta antare shigra kari aila sabe Sri Lila Chale. Translation, little bit scroll Mataji upward. Translation by A.C. Bhaktivedanta Prabhupada ki Jai. Everyone in the party was very anxious at heart to see Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Therefore, they hastily went on to Jagannath Puri. Hare Krishna Mataji.
Hare Bol. So everybody is looking. There has been so much of ecstasy, so much of looking forward for the Supreme Lord is there. We can have an understanding of it, a very, very small portion. That is when we are going for the Rath Yatra festival, or when we are going for Jagannath Puri. In our small way, also we look forward to see the Lord. And when we are going to for any yatra, or when we have an opportunity that we may get to hear from our spiritual master, that enthusiasm is very much high, and that looking forward is very high. So now though they are pure devotees and they are with Nityananda Prabhu, who is the Supreme Lord, and they are going to see Lord Chaitanya. So what is that they experience in their heart is actually unimaginable. And they are hastily walking towards Jagannath Puri, because it's all by walk only. There is no question of being very tired, exhausted. Oh, this year I came, every year I am going, I don't want to go. There is no any second thought. They are all rushing towards Jagannath Puri and very much looking forward to meet Lord Chaitanya. Okay, now we'll go to the next one. Chandana Mataji.
Hare Krishna Mataji. Atharanala ke aila goshani shuniya dui mala pathaila govinda hate diya. Translation by Srila Prabhupada. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. When they all arrived at a bridge called Atharanala, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Yes, Mataji?
Yes. Continue.
When they all arrived at a bridge called Atharanala, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, hearing the news of their arrival, sent 2 garlands with Govinda. Thank you, Mataji.
This is Atharanala. It is called Atharanala. Atharanala means 18. 18 means today also when we are traveling by road from Cuttack or from Bhuvaneshwar towards Jagannath Puri, we cross Cuttack. So in Cuttack we have the Sakshi Gopala and we go towards Jagannath Puri. It is just a kilometer away from the actual Jagannath Puri, from Puri, place of Puri. It is just at the entry of Puri only. There is a bridge and that bridge has 18 arches. We can understand. No, there is a bridge on which the vehicle will go, and below the bridge has 18 arches. Because there are 18 arches, it is called Athara Nala. Nala is like a waterway line, no, like water in a line. So water is passing through those 18 arches that down below. So that place is called Athara Nala. Today also, many devotees, many yatrites have a practice. When devotees arrive to Jagannath Puri, Atharanala is considered as the entry of Puri, like that. So there devotees come, they following the footsteps of Lord Chaitanya. Sometimes they come, they welcome the devotees, yatrites who have come by offering them garlands, sandalwood paste, or Mahaprasad or something like that. So that place as a landmark is still there. So here in this particular passage, what is happening is devotees have already reached the entrance of Puri, and Mahaprabhu has received the news also that devotees have reached, and by then he sends 2 garlands with Govinda, who is his personal servant. With him he sends 2 garlands to give it to, we'll see to whom to give, and he comes towards Atharanala, like that. So next we have a Bhuvana Devi Mataji. Bhuvanam.
Hare Krishna Mataji. Dandavat pranam.
Dandavats.
Dui mala Govinda, dui jane paraila, Advaita Avadhuta Goshani, Bada Sukha Paila. Translation by Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Govinda offered the 2 garlands to Advaita Acharya and Nityananda Prabhu, and they both become very happy. Haribol, thank you.
So the Panchatattva, if you see, Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda, Shri Advaita, Shri Gadadhara, Shri Vasadi Gaura Bhaktavranta. So of which Lord Chaitanya is there, who is in Puri only. Advaita Acharya and Nityananda Prabhu, they every year they come from Navadvip to Jagannath Puri, and Srivas Thakur is in Navadvip only, and Gadadhar Pandit we have. So right now Advaita Acharya and Nityananda Prabhu have come, who is none other than Lord Shiva and Mahavishnu mix, that is Advaita Acharya, and Nityananda Prabhu is Balram only. So they come, and Govinda brings those 2 garlands and offers to Advaita Acharya and Nityananda. Sudha Mataji.
Hare Krishna Mataji, Dandavat pranam.
Didn't go ahead. Yeah.
Ahai Adamba Kaila Krishna.
Oh, 1 second. Not able to sing, huh?
No Mataji.
What happened? What happened?
Mataji, you can just press the back button from the mobile.
Oh, it was not going. I thought that back button is going back. Oh my God. This is too much of this one, no? Wait, what I'll do is, I'll do like that. And I will, now it will work up. 35 came, huh? Okay. Sorry. Every 40 now we are. Sorry, 40. Yes.
Hare Krishna Mataji.
Yeah.
Sahai aramba kaila Krishna Sankirtana Nachi se nachi ke chali Aila Dujala. Translation by Divine Grace Srila Prabhupada. Srila Prabhupada ki Jai. Indeed, they began chanting the holy name of Krishna on that very spot, and in this way, dancing, Advaita Acharya and Nityananda Prabhu reached Jagannatha Puri. Thank you, Mataji. Hare Krishna.
So they are continuing. So it is a little outskirts of Puri is Atharanala, and from there again they continued dancing and chanting in more and more ecstasy, because they are nearing to see the Lord in a double of ecstasy. Advaita Acharya, Nityananda Prabhu, they reached Jagannath Puri. That is, they reached almost where Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is there. Raja Lakshmi Reddy Mataji.
Hare Krishna Mataji.
Yeah.
Punhamaladiya sarvapadi nijagana agubadi pati thaila sachiranandana. Translation. Mataji, you have to scroll up.
Yeah. Can see?
Yes, Mataji. Thank you. Translation. Then for the second time, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu sent garlands through Swarupa, Damodara and other personal associates. Thus they went forward, sent by the son of Mother Sachi. Hare Krishna Mataji.
So they are moving forward. At the entrance, they receive garlands, and little further, they are dancing and chanting and dancing and chanting. They are going and they receive further another set of garlands from Swarup Damodar Prabhu, who is another personal associate of Lord Chaitanya. Lord Chaitanya's immediate two associates are Govinda and Swarup Damodara. So that time he had sent garland through Govinda, and now Swarup Damodara brings another garland, another set of garland to offer to the same our Advaita Acharya and Nityananda Prabhu, and he brings sent by Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Devotees, raise your hands, please. Krishnamurti Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna Mataji.
Yes.
नरेंद्र ऐसा तानय सबरे मिलीला महाप्रभु रदतमला सबरे परिला. Translation by A.C. Bhaktivedanta Prabhupada. When the devotees from Bengal reached Lake Narendra, Swarupa Damodara and the others met them and offered them the garlands given by Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Hare Krishna Mataji.
Hare Krishna. See, now if we see the Jagannath Puri, one end we have the Sri Mandir, Lord Jagannath's temple. Then little behind there across is the Gambhira. And then when we come forward in the Grand Road, if we come, we have the Chaitanya Mat. We have adjacent to Chaitanya Mat, we have the Jagannath Vallabh Gardens. And the Jagannath Vallabh Gardens, adjacent to that is the Narendra Sarovar. It's a very big, quite very big lake actually. It's almost an acre maybe. It's a very big lake, very well maintained. And now also in the Narendra Sarovar, we have the port pastimes that happen. That is this Madan Mohan deities, the small Madan Mohan deities and Krishna Balram deities are there in the Jagannath temple. If we see also now, we have the main altar where Lord Jagannath, Baladev and Subhadra are there. Adjacent to that, near the Mukti Mandap, we have a small temple where all the small Utsav Murtis are kept, and we have Madan Mohan, we have Krishna, we have Balarama. These deities go for a boat festival, for 10 days continuous boat festival, almost during Vaishaka sometime, during summer season. And during that time, in this Narendra Sarovar, they have all these boat pastimes. So it is there on YouTube also. They do it very nicely, and it is very beautiful lake. So it was always a system that the devotees who, when they arrive to Jagannath Puri for the Rath Yatra, first they take their bath at the Narendra Sarovar, and after that they come to meet Lord Chaitanya. So that is the system they have. So now the devotees were met first at Atharanala, and now the devotees chanting and dancing, jumping and jumping, they come towards Lake Narendra, and there Swarup Damodar, who had brought another set of garlands, offers them to Advaita Acharya and Nityananda Prabhu at Narendra Sarovar. Chandana Mataji.
Hare Krishna Mataji.
Yes.
Simhadwara nikate ailashuni gau. Simhadwara nikate ailashuni gauraraya apaneya siya prabhu milila sabhaya. Translation by Srila Prabhupada. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. When the devotees finally reached the lion gate, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu heard the news and personally went to meet them. Thank you, Mataji. Hare Krishna.
So now they have taken bath at Narendra Sarovar and they move towards Simhadwar. Actually, in this instance, it is not, I don't know in which instance that is explained. That is a lot of sporting, water sports also the devotees enjoy at Narendra Sarovar. And there are sporting pastimes, water sports between Advaita Acharya and Nityananda. But there is an elaborate details of that also. In some other chapter, it is elaborately explained. So after all that, they move towards Simhadwara and Lord Chaitanya meets them at the Simhadwara, at the lion gate. Sudha Mataji.
Hare Krishna Mataji. Sabalaya Kaila Jagannatha Darashana Sabalaya Aila Puna Apana Bhavana. Translation by Divine Grace Srila Prabhupada, Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Then Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and all his devotees visited Lord Jagannatha. Finally, accompanied by them all, he returned to his own residence. Thank you, Mataji.
So now what happens is Lord Chaitanya meets them at Simhadwara and they enter the Simhadwara, the Jagannath temple. Lord Chaitanya and all the devotees they enter and they take the darshan of Lord Jagannath and they all together come to Gambhira. They all together come to Gambhira. Rajalakshmi Mataji.
Hare Krishna Mataji.
Yes.
Sabalana Kaila Jagannatha Darshana. It went away, Mataji.
No. Vaninath.
Vaninata Kashi Mishara Prasada Anila Swashate Sabhara Prabhu Prasada Swahaste Sabare Prabhu Prasada Kayoyela. Translation. Vaninatha Raya and Kashi Mishra then brought a large quantity of prasadam and Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu distributed it with his own hand and fed them all. Thank you, Mataji. Hare Krishna.
So we all know that the Vaninatha Raya is the son of Bhavananda Rai and is brother of Ramananda Rai. So we know that Bhavananda Rai has 5 children, of which Vaninatha Rai is personally dedicated by him to Lord Chaitanya. He is always in service of Lord Chaitanya. That is his service. Bhavananda Rai gave off this son in service to Lord Chaitanya and his main service is to serve prasad. So whenever the devotees come or whenever they perform the Gundicha Marjan or whenever every time whenever there is when there is a point of prasad, he also used to serve prasad when the devotees are in Gundicha temple. So the main service of Vaninatha Rai is to serve prasad. And Kashi Mishra is it is his house. Gambhira is the house of Kashi Mishra actually, and he is always he is very strong in his body also. He is always like kind of a security guard also to Lord Chaitanya. So Vaninath Rai and Kashi Mishra are very strong in health also like that way. So they brought large quantities of prasada and Mahaprabhu by his own hands, he distributed served prasad to all of them. So this is the pattern they follow all the years. Gayatri Mataji.
Hare Krishna. Yeah, Hare Krishna.
What is?
Yeah. Purvavatsare yanra yeyi vasastana tahan sabha pathanya karaila vishrama. Translation by His Divine Grace Srila Prabhupada ki jai. In the previous year, everyone had his own particular residence and the same residences were again offered. Thus, they all went to take rest. Hare Krishna Mataji. Thank you.
So, very interesting. We know that Pratap Rudra Maharaj had arranged all the residences for all the devotees of Navadvip who had come to visit Jagannath Puri for the Rath Yatra festival. And it is not like 1 day, 2 day, 1 week like that. It's for 4 months the residences are given, and that is all arranged by Pratap Rudra Maharaj. And interestingly, naturally also, for 4 months when you stay in a particular place, then you will know that place much better and you want to stay in the same place. We simply, if we go 1 year to one hotel, 3 days we stay, next year also we go to the same hotel, another 3 days we stay, third year also we would like to go to the same hotel. First thing, second thing is want to, if we given a chance, want to stay in the same room also. So here too, it is a proper residence that has been offered by Pratap Rudra Maharaj to the devotees, and they stay there for 4 months. So those residences were same particular residence for that particular devotee was again offered, and they all go and take rest in that allotted residences. Next one, Padma Mataji.
Hare Krishna Matai, Dandat Pranam. Madhya Lila Ch Prabhura Sahita Kare Kirtana Vilasa. Translation by Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai. For 4 continuous months, all the devotees remained there and enjoyed chanting the Hare Krishna Mahamantra with Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Thank you, Mataji.
Now, Kaviraj Goswami has fast forwarded. Last time we read that how in detail the devotees are there, and then the Rath Yatra festival is going to come, and then the Lord Chaitanya takes them to Gundicha, and then we have the Gundicha Marjan festival happening, and in detail we have chapters detailing about the Gundicha Marjan, and then how the Pahande festival happens. So now Krishraj Kaviraj Goswami has fast forwarded it, and he told that for 4 continuous months, all devotees remained there and enjoyed chanting Hare Krishna Mahamantra with Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. That means in that 4 months, all these festivals, again it happens. Same again, Gundicha Marjan, Pahande festival, Rath Yatra festival, then dancing and chanting in the Gundicha temple and at the Indradumna Sarovar. All this happens and devotees are enjoying. Like that, Krishraj Kaviraj Goswami says. Next one. Bhuvana Mataji.
Hare Krishna Mataji, Dandat Pranam. Purvavat Ratha Yatra Kala Yabe Aila Sabalana Gundicha Mandira Prakashaila. Translation by Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai. As in the previous year, they all washed the Gundicha temple when the time for Ratha Yatra arrived. Thank you, Mataji. Hari Bol.
Next one, Rajalakshmi Mataji.
Hare Krishna Mataji.
Yes.
Kulina Gramipata Dori Jagannath Dila Puravavat Rathe Agre Naratana Karila. Translation by Sri Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada Ki Jai. The inhabitants of Kulina Grama delivered silken robes to Lord Jagannatha, and as previously, they all danced before the Lord's car. Hare Krishna.
So if you remember, the previous year, after the Rath Yatra festival, when the devotees were going, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu bid them farewell. And to all the, from different areas, devotees had come, and all of them separately, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu bid farewell. And specifically, when the devotees of Kulinagram were leaving, he told them, next year bring strong silken robes. Because what happens is they tie Lord Jagannath with the silken robes, and they, on based on that rope, they during the Pahande festival, Jagannath has to move from the main altar towards the Rath, and so they tie it hard with these ropes, and then Jagannath is moved from one step to another step, and he moves towards the cart, that is Rath Yatra cart. So that time the ropes should be very strong. So specifically, he had given instruction to the devotees of Kulinagram to bring strong silken ropes, and they brought it. So they delivered those silken ropes to Lord Jagannath, and as previously, they all danced before the Lord's car. Again, Shobha Mataji. I'll just next.
Hare Krishna, Dandat Pranam Mataji. No, I couldn't see the. Vahunur Dandat Pranam Mataji, Haribol. Vahunurtyakari Puna Chalila Udayane Vapi Tirtaha Yap Karila Visharame. Translation by A.C. Bhaktivedanta Prabhupada, Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai. After dancing a great deal, they all went to a nearby garden and took rest beside the lake. Hare Krishna, Dandat Pranam Mataji.
Yeah, this lake they're talking about, I think mostly it is Indradyumna lake. So after dancing a great deal, they all went to a nearby garden. That is during the Gundicha, at the Gundicha temple, they mention about that garden. That is Gundicha garden only mostly. Or maybe in the next shloka they are telling. See, one we have the Jagannath Vallabh garden. Then we have the Balagandi. That is more closer to the Gundicha temple. Then beyond Gundicha temple is the Indradyumna Sarovar. So during the Rath Yatra, devotees dance in great deal. They go to a nearby garden and took rest beside a lake. That lake should be mostly Indradyumna lake, I think so. Let's see. Shameshwari Mataji.
Hare Krishna Mataji, Dandavat Pranam.
Dandavat.
राधि एक विप्र ते हो नित्यानंद दास महाभाग्यवान ते हो नाम कृष्ण दास. Translation by Srila Prabhupada ki jai. A Brahmana named Krishnadas, who was a resident of Radha Desha and a servant of Lord Nityananda, was a very fortunate person.
So in this context, there is a mention of devotee Krishnadasa, who was also present, and there is no mention of this devotee in the previous Rath Yatra festival. Not sure whether he had come or not come like that. So this devotee is a resident of Radha Desha. Radha Desha is the place of Nityananda Prabhu's birth. Eka Chakra we call not today. That is called as Radha Desha and Eka Chakra actually. So that this devotee is from Radha Desha and he is a servant of Lord Nityananda. So in this context, Krishnaraj Kaviraj Goswami mentions that he is a very fortunate person. Let's see what was his great fortune. Sudha Mataji.
Hare Krishna Mataji.
Yeah. Anusha. Yes. 52.
घटाभरी प्रभु रते हो अभिषेक कैला तारा अभिषेक के प्रभु महाकृत आयला. Translation by Divine Grace Srila Prabhupada ki jai. It was Krishnadasa who filled a great water pot and poured it over the Lord while he was taking his bath. The Lord was greatly satisfied by this. Thank you, Mataji.
So they just now mentioned that the devotees dance and they take to rest near the lake. So in that lake, when Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was taking bath, great what poured it over Lord while he was taking his bath. So now in a regular terms or in a common scenario, Lord Chaitanya does not entertain this. He does not like anybody taking the water wash from his foot or pouring water on him. Generally, he does not like it, or because he is in the role of a devotee, he does not want to get served in this particular ways. But in some cases, when the devotees are extremely fortunate, or it is their extreme mercy of Lord Chaitanya, they get these situations. And in this particular time, Krishnadasa, who was servant of Lord Chaitanya Nityananda, because naturally he has got the mercy of Lord Nityananda and Lord Chaitanya, and whoever is devotee of Lord Nityananda is already devotee of Lord Chaitanya, with whatever be the reason. Now he got a chance to who filled a great water pot, big water pot maybe, and poured it over Lord while he was taking bath, and it Lord was greatly satisfied. That is more important. Lord was very happy with this act of Krishnadasa. Rajlakshmi Mataji.
Hare Krishna Mataji. Balagandhi Bogera Bahu Prasada Aila Sabha Sanghe Mahaprabhu Prasada Kaila. Translation by Sri Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada, Prabhupada ki jai. The remnants of food offered to the Lord at Balagandhi then arrived in great quantity, and Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and all his devotees ate it. Hare Krishna Mataji.
So in this reference, in reference to Balagandhi, see Madhya Lila 3193. See now, so we understand that the Rath Yatra has moved from Sri Mandir and it has reached Gundicha also. And just before reaching Gundicha, it stops at Balagandhi. And at Balagandhi, we know that entire residents of Puri, non-residents of Puri, everybody, local people, they bring lot of offerings and offer it to Lord Jagannath. And in one particular instance, in the previous Rath Yatra, we heard that during that time, Lord Chaitanya, because they were dancing, and Balagandhi is almost like 3-4 kilometers, they have already danced. Towards the end, it is Lord Chaitanya, being fatigued, he goes and takes rest at a nearby garden, that is near Balagandhi. And there we see that how Prataprudra Maharaj, he goes in the disguise of a simple person, not in the kingly dress, and goes and massages Lord Chaitanya's feet, and he sings the Gopi Geet. And when he sings the Gopi Geet and reaches the point of Tava Kathamritam Tapta Jivanam, at that time Lord Chaitanya comes and just embraces King Prataprudra and Bhurida, like that. He is in highest mood of ecstasy, Lord Chaitanya. That kind of pleasure Prataprudra Maharaj was able to give to Lord Chaitanya. And this idea was by the devotees, so that they really wanted King Prataprudra to get mercy of Lord Chaitanya. So these things had happened in Balagandhi, just for our remembrance. So after Balagandhi is the Gundicha temple only. So in the nearby garden, means that Gundicha garden, devotees are there, and the lake is Indrajamna lake. So that is confirmed now. So, and we know that lot of prasad will be offered at Balagandhi. So now that portion of that prasad comes to be served to Lord Chaitanya and his devotees. So somebody brings that prasad and it is been served and devotees honor it. Like that it is mentioned here. Gayatri Mataji.
Hare Krishna Mataji.
Yes.
पूर्ववत रथ यात्रा कैला दर्शन हेरा पंचमी यात्रा देखे लय भक्तगण. Translation by Divine Grace Srila Prabhupada ki jai. As in the previous year, the Lord with all the devotees saw the Rath Yatra festival and the Hera Panchami festival as well. Hare Krishna.
So now, Lord, Rath Yatra day is over, and then 5th day is Hera Panchami, where Lakshmi Devi comes from Sri Mandir with all her associates, and then there is a verbal fight with the servants of Lord Jagannath, and she is like, Jagannath was supposed to come back within a day, and why Jagannath has not come? So all these pastimes have been explained in the previous chapters. So all those pastimes happen again, because year after year it happens. Padma Mataji.
Hare Krishna Mataji, Danda Pranam.
Yes.
Acharya Goshan Kaile Nimantrana Tare Madhye Kaila Yaiche Dajavari Sana. Translation by Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Advaita Acharya then extended an invitation to Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, and there was a great rainstorm connected with that incident. Thank you, Mataji.
In this particular place, Krishnaraj Kaviraj Goswami simply mentions a thought that what has happened is in the previous years, see, now we know that in the previous chapters, like 14, 15 chapters specifically, we know that the Rath Yatra festival gets over and Chaitanya Mahaprabhu bids farewell to everybody, and then residents, one by one, they start inviting Lord Chaitanya to their homes. So here, Advaita Acharya is inviting Lord Chaitanya to his home, and that time a rainstorm pastime happens. Now, what is this rainstorm pastime? That let's see what they are telling. Raj Lakshmi Mataji.
Hare Krishna Mataji. Vistari Varniya Chena Dasha Vrindavana Shrivasa Prabhure Tabe Kaila Nimantrana. Translation by Sri Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada Ki Jai. All these episodes have been elaborately described by Srila Vrindavana Dasa Thakura. Then one day, Srivasa Thakura extended an invitation to the Lord. Hare Krishna.
Purport also you read.
Purport?
Yes.
The Chaitanya Bhagavata, Antya Kanda, chapter 9, gives the following description. One day, Srila Advaita Acharya, having extended an invitation to Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, thought that if the Lord came alone, he would feed him to his great satisfaction. It then so happened that when the other sannyasis were going to Advaita Acharya to take lunch, there was a big rainstorm and they could not reach his house. Thus, according to Advaita Acharya's desire, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu came alone and accepted.
Prasad.
Get the prasadam. Thank you, Mataji.
Thank you. So now there are two things here. One thing is that a short description of the pastime. Short description of the pastime, what has happened is Advaita Acharya wanted to invite Lord Chaitanya. And Lord Chaitanya, because he has a large heart, he told all the sannyasis around that, come, we can go to Advaita Acharya's home for prasad. So now all some 20 sannyasis were there. 20 sannyasis also were ready. They said, told Advaita Acharya, tomorrow we will also come for lunch. Or maybe like it's like Advaita Acharya invited them also because Lord Chaitanya told them. So like that. So point is, for lunch, we had all the 20 sannyasis plus Lord Chaitanya coming to Advaita Acharya's home for lunch. Now what's happening is Advaita Acharya wanted specifically Lord Chaitanya alone to come because he can serve Lord Chaitanya to his heart. And if you remember, there was a pastime when first time when Lord Chaitanya himself is arriving to Puri, they come via Shantipur, and in Shantipur we see that Advaita Acharya was able to serve large quantity of prasad to Lord Chaitanya and Lord Nityananda, like a big mountain full of like big heap of rice laden with ghee, golden color, then so many sabjis, and Lord Chaitanya honored, and then Advaita Acharya was refilling the pots of sabjis and dals and again, and to his full satisfaction, Lord Chaitanya honored the prasad. So all this we know. So it is a big, there is a song on it, Ekadina Shantipure Advaitara Ghare, like that. So like that, Advaita Acharya wanted to personally serve, and then when all other sannyasis are there, Advaita Acharya feels that as Lord Chaitanya may not eat to his full satisfaction. He may eat very small quantity, but he really wanted to feed. All these things were there. So Advaita Acharya deeply desired that he wanted to serve only Lord Chaitanya, like that. But then somehow that situation happened, and all sannyasis were due to come that particular afternoon. What happened is suddenly in the morning, there was a huge rainstorm, huge thunderstorm, and it was rain, heavy rains. Because of those heavy rains, the sannyasis could not come only. But specifically, Indradev, how he showered his mercies from Gambhira to Advaita Acharya's home, there was absolutely no rain. And Mahaprabhu did not, he just walked. And there was no rain only. Only in that particular pathway, there was no rain. And he aram se arrived to Advaita Acharya's house. And then Advaita Acharya told that there are rains all over the place, so none of them are coming. So something like this happens. And only Advaita Acharya, to his full satisfaction, was able to serve Lord Chaitanya. So this is one particular thing that has happened, which Krishnaj Kaviraj Goswami is telling that it has been already described in Vrindavan Das Thakur's Chaitanya Bhagavat. Now, another point to be noted here is, see, it is now Vrindavan Das, it is mentioned here that in the Chaitanya Bhagavat of Vrindavan Das Thakur, this particular incident is in the Antya Kanda. That is to say, there are some 9 or 12 volumes of this one, Chaitanya Bhagavat. So this is appearing in the Antya Kanda. That because the childhood pastimes of Lord Chaitanya are very elaborately explained in the Chaitanya Bhagavat, and that has covered almost the Adi Lila, Adi Khanda, and Madhya Khanda. So then the whatever is appeared in the Madhya Lila of Chaitanya Charitamrita is in the just mentioned in the Antya Khanda of Vrindavan Das Thakur. So what had happened is, because the book had become very voluminous, Vrindavan Thakur could not explain much of the Sannyas Leela of or the last 18 years ka pastimes of Lord Chaitanya at Jagannath Puri. He could not explain. So when Krishnaraj Kaviraj Goswami got got the instruction of writing the Chaitanya Charitamrita, specifically he did not want to repeat the pastimes which Vrindavan Das Thakur had already mentioned in the Chaitanya Bhagavata, because he did not want his readers to compare between this one particular pastime and between Vrindavan Das Thakur's Chaitanya Bhagavat and Krishnaraj Kaviraj Goswami's Chaitanya Charitamrita. So he did not repeat any of the pastimes, Balya pastimes, which are elaborately described already in the Chaitanya Bhagavat. That is the etiquette that has been followed, and it is much different from today's authors, where the idea is to put down the other author. The idea is to show that how I am better than him. So that is not there when it comes to the devotees of the Supreme Lord, the pure devotees of the Lord. So idea is that the people should be benefited. People should be benefited, rather than it is about me. It is more about the pastimes of the Lord that the people should relish, the devotees should relish, the common people should relish and get benefited. So in that, with that idea, the Balya pastimes was not elaborately explained by Krishnaraj Kaviraj Goswami. So his book, when we see, was able to cover the Sannyas Leela in detail, because those were not covered in Chaitanya Bhagavat. And so we have the Antya Leela of Chaitanya Charitamrita, specifically about the last 18 years at Jagannath Puri, Lord Chaitanya's pastimes at Jagannath Puri. So in that way, Chaitanya Bhagavat and Chaitanya Charitam, they complement each other. So devotees, when they read Chaitanya Bhagavat and they come to Chaitanya Charitam, though they don't feel that things are repeated, rather they complement each other. So that is the beauty of Vaishnava literatures. So with that, we are stopping here. So this particular pastime, our Krishnaraj Kaviraj Goswami says that it has been already mentioned in the Chaitanya Bhagavat. Okay, Grantaraj Srimad Chaitanya Charitamrita ki jai, Srila Prabhupada ki jai, Gaur Bhakta Vrinda ki jai.
Thank you, Mataji.
Thank you, Mataji. Thank you so much for the session.
Thank you, Mataji. Dandavat pranam.